Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody doing? What is going on? What is going on? A lot of information coming out. A lot of information. Let me say hi to the chat. Hey, Felicia, how you doing? Flojo Del Dank. Native Girl, how you doing? Who else I got in here? Right on, right on. All right. Jazzy Jazz, Jazzy Jazz. Good to see you. Restreams, good to see you. Never miss a comment. Click on the chat to display it on the screen. Thank you, Restreams. Thank you. Yes, Native Girl, thank you for that. Modding up. Remember to be respectful of the content creator, guests, and one another in chat. Refrain from mentioning other channels, content creators, unless brought up by me, and avoid sharing your contact information for safety reasons. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, Rodney Dukes Jr., how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, that freaking Tesla is clean. That Tesla is clean. So what I want to do today is I want to hey Julie, good to see you. Shout out to Restreams. Yeah, absolutely. What I want to do today is I want to go over where David got his tickets, and then I'll go over the Rob situations because some things just came out just like 6 minutes ago. So I do want to go over this real quick. We'll go into the Rob, and then we'll go into like the Rob, the grand jury, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to change the link or the title. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Jazzy, we just barely started. You're just in time. You're always on time. You're never late. And everybody that shows up, you're always on time. So I want to jump right into it because I mean, there's so much to unpack. So much to unpack. All right, so this is in LA right here. And this is one of the spots where David got a ticket. And as you can tell, there's a freaking black Tesla here. And then there's a white one over here too. So what I mean, where is this? What is this house? Is this a house that maybe Celeste was living at? Or is this a house David was renting in somebody else's name? But look at that right there. Pretty wild stuff. So what I want to do is I want to bring up where he's got the tickets. I had it here, but I don't know what happened. I think I closed it out, but I'll find it real quick. That way everybody says hi. Hey Darcy, how you doing? All right, let me bring that up. So this is one of the spots right here where David got a ticket. Mm-hmm. Hey Miss Dizzle, how you doing? I think so. I think so. Hey Sharon, how you doing? Good to see you. I think so. Um, because to me, it doesn't make sense for it doesn't make sense for me that David would have had her be at his home base, which was the Hollywood Hills. No, this is on Edinburgh Avenue. Let me bring this up so that way you guys have a feel for where this is at and where is oh, let me bring up where the he gets all the tickets too. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, everybody's saying hi to each other. Everybody being cool like always. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Let me look for this real quick. Let me look for some receipts. You know how I do. I like to show receipts. And what I try to do here is I try to not recycle too much of what is going on in the mainstream media. Although what is going on in the mainstream media right now is fairly new. And we'll go over that in a minute, okay? But I do want to make sure that I go over this real quick because I did find this out, and I haven't really seen too much of this. And I think this right here is really interesting too because if you notice this Tesla, it doesn't seem like it's that model that he has where Celeste Rivas was. Um, oh, right on. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's kind of small. Um, it doesn't seem like this is where it opens up like the Lambo doors, right? Like what is it? Um, yeah, like it doesn't seem like it opens up in the middle. So I'm wondering, but he did get a ticket under his name here, and so I'm like, how many Teslas does this dude have? How many freaking Teslas does this dude have? Right. So I'm wondering if I mean, there's the line on here is not on there from this model. So is he just changing out the Falcon doors? There you go. Thank you, Flojo. Yeah, I don't see it here. So I'm wondering what is going on. Is he changing out? Yeah, or the moonroof. Well, the moonroof is like, isn't this like the whole moonroof thing, right? That's a Model Y. See, look at that. Flojo coming in hot. Oh, that's what I like about my chat. But he did get a ticket here, though. He did get a ticket because from here, well, you could tell it's parking. It's district number 13, permits exempt. You have to have a permit here. And from what my understanding is that he got a ticket here because he did either his permit expired or he didn't have a permit visible. Uh, so that's a Yugo. Hmm. But let me bring up some receipts because this is the spot where he did get a ticket. Or it might just be another coincidence that there's a freaking black Tesla there. I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Let me bring that up. Boom, 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 September, because he did get it in January, February. And then kind of goes to the timeline of some of the fears that you guys might have. Tickets. Come on, where is it? Let me see if I saved it. Oh, he also drove a white car, a white Tesla, because there is a white Tesla there. Okay, here it is. Boom, here it is. All right, let me bring up some receipts. Mhm. Mm. Testing a different car before he used the Tesla. Wow, look at that. So this dude's been getting tickets. Let me bring this up. Let me bring in some receipts of the tickets that he got, and then that way it'll give us a little bit better context. How does that sound, guys? The Shark family in the house. Guys, I was feeling a little bit down. I was feeling a little bit under the weather, but my nurse, I have a nurse on retainer. Well, I have two nurses. I got Flo, and then I got Native Girl. They're both my nurses. They take care of me. And nurses' orders from Native Girl was to take vitamin C, get a little bit of rest, and I feel a lot better. Thank you, Native Girl. David, sorry. Nurses' orders. Let's see. All right, let me bring up some receipts. Boom! There it is. Let me take this off. Let me take that off. Okay, so you guys see the citation there? It says, let's see. All right, so okay, let me bring this over here. So the citation, we have one on standing in the alley one. We'll go to that one in a minute, but I wanted to go to this one first. And this was in the standing in the alley one was in 8/3/2024, and then this one right here where I'm showing you preferential parking, 404 Edinburgh Avenue, North Edinburgh, is on 2/27/25, February 27th, 2025. And then thereafter, we see one on the Blueberg Avenue. 5 Divine 533. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome, Master. Good to see you. Medical assistant can assist the nurses. All right. Yeah, assist the nurses to assist me. Right on, right on. Everybody being cool in here. I love it. I love it. I'm so freaking lucky. Thank you guys. Hit the like button, sub up, share. Mark, you gotta have a parking permit. If you're a resident there, David was visiting and didn't give a fudge. I agree. He just doesn't give a fudge. So there is a white Tesla over here too. Where is it? Right there. There's a white one right there. And this is in May of 2024. Let me see more dates. May. There it is right there. So as you can see, there's one right there, and then there's one right there too. Preferential parking. So could this be a house that Celeste was staying at? Could be. Could be. Boom, 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 boom. So I mean that's pretty interesting. I saw that. So let me go to that because I do have other or let me let's see. All right, thank you, Flojo. I appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, Didi Fuentes, boom, with the 9.99 super chat sticker. Let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Didi Fuentes. 8995. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Didi. Bum, 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 bum. Shiba dog dressed in a traditional outfit, waving at Japanese fans. Boom. Let's go. Thank you. Driving for the next few hours. Just want to say hi to everyone. You are the best. You all are the best. Thank you, Didi. All right. So hopefully I'll be keeping you company and dropping some facts around here. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. So that one is preferential parking, as Darcy was saying, that you need a permit for there. And just did not give a fuck. Just did not give a fuck. I mean, was this one of the houses that oh 5 Divine 533? How's it going? 4.99 super chat, super sticker. Thank you so much. You guys are the best, man. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you guys. Seriously, let's go. Boom. Math. Oh, I was wondering what you meant by that, Flo. Yo, we are feeding off each other. Let's go, man. The chat is on fire. The chat is on fire. Let's go. Let's go. Jazzy Jazz with the 99-cent super sticker. Boom. Thank you, Jazzy Jazz. Thank you so much. Every bit helps. Every little bit helps, guys. Every little bit. Boom. Let's go. Flojo, let's go. Look at that. Boom. Flojo with the 9.99 super sticker. Let's go. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. That's what's up. That's what's up. You guys are the best, man. You guys are the best. All right. Let me make this screen bigger. Let me go to the fan funding. Thank you, Didi Fuentes, 9.99. Bob Divine, 4.99. Jazzy Jess, 99. Flojo with the 9.99. Are you guys out of your mind? Let's go! Thank you guys so much, man. That means a lot to me. Seriously, thank you guys so much. Membership marathon, let's go. I know. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't know how I'm gonna break my record of a 12-hour live. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Goal, how you doing, Goal? Just in time. Drink your water, like the video. You are beautiful. Boom, Julie, with the sharks. Hmm. Darcy Edinburgh House is maybe, although it's very close to Melrose Plaza, or we might purchase the Louis Vuitton. Yeah, let me show you guys how far this is right here to guys give you a context of where this is. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys are freaking awesome. Boom. You feel like running a marathon? Flo just says you are 198 subscribers away from 1,000. Yes. Yeah, man. You guys know us, man. All of us, we've been putting in the hours, we've been putting in the work. We work around here. We are not letting this case die. We're not letting this case fade away. We're not letting this case go in the back burner. We are going to remind everybody every single time that something comes up, or just we are going to continue the conversation in Discord, whether we find something or not, whether there is something or not. We will continue to cover the case. We will not let this fade out. And from what we've heard on Monday this week, the grand jury investigation, Rob was there all day. So, you know, Mark's lives leaves me want to go kick ass all day. Yeah, man. I pump people up, man. I bring people up. I love bringing people up, and I want like people like that around me who want to bring me up, who want the best for me, that want to bring me up because I want the best for you guys, and that's how you guys should surround yourselves with people like that. You want to surround yourself with people who want the best for you. Okay. Let's see. So let me go back over here. See, here's the other spot too where he got the ticket. And let me bring. See, he got this ticket right here. See, there's cameras right there too. And this is in an alley right here. And again, I haven't really seen too much of this on Reddit or anywhere. If there was, I might have missed it, but I didn't really see any much of it. And this information is already where he got the ticket. So I mean, to me, I'm surprised. I'm just realizing that. So this one right here, and then I'll see the one above is the one. It says the violation was standing in the alley, so you can tell there's another car right there. They've been doing that. They do that a lot, so that's where people get tickets. And that was in 2024. January, March, April, May, June, July, August. This was in August 3rd, 2024. He was standing in the alley, 5701 Lancashire Boulevard in Los Angeles. Boom! Go! Let's go! Let's go! You guys are freaking amazing, man. Positivity. Let's see. Hey, here I am, Flo. Yeah, where's Go? Here she is, right there. Here on Flo. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let's go, Mark in the Shark Line. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Go, for the $20 super chat. Boom. This chat is on fire. Let's go. Let's go. So we're sharks. We deep dive. We go in the deep end. There's some emojis if you guys are members. Boom. That's what I call goal. Goal. I don't want to say that too long. Thank you guys, man. You guys keep me going. We keep it going. We keep it positive. We keep it cool. We keep it chill. We keep it respectful in here. Thank you so much. Hey, Stars, how you doing? Welcome. So if you guys can see, let me bring this up a little bit. Let me make this bigger. So if you guys can see, he got this in August 3rd, 2024, standing in the alley, 5701 Lancashire Boulevard. It's starting to feel like an auction. That's so cool. So he got a ticket here. This is one of the first tickets he got. Was in August of 2024 in the alley. And all right, boom. Okay, I'll match goals donation with my previous super chat. Look at that. All right. Flojo's like, let's go. Boom. Lancashire. Really? Music producer Sam Holman's home. Which one? This one I'm bringing up right now? Holy shoot. Really? Wow. Music producer Sam Holman's home. Whoa. Flojo with the 9.99. 9.99. Are you out of your mind? Eileen, hey, good to see you. All match goals dono with my previous super chat. Boom. Oh, the two in February? Nah, I'm not Mark's help. Push my channel a lot. Yeah, for sure, Flo. I mean, that's we're all here for the same under the same umbrella, for justice for Celeste Rivas, and I like to promote channels um, who I personally like and who I personally look at, and I see something in them, and I definitely saw something in you. So definitely, man. That's why I say don't mention any other channels in here because I want to promote the channels that within the Shark family. I mean, why promote bigger channels when they have like 50, 100,000, subscribers, and when we're over here fighting for our lives. Then they're gonna do nothing on 226, but it looks like maybe they were editing. Ah, Miss Dizzle. All right. Yeah, I can look at per X. Oh. I can look at his I can look at his Twitter and see what was going on within that area within that time frame. But this one right here, and as you can tell, I went over here because you guys know me, I like to walk around. And since I'm not on the scene here, I walked around with Google Maps and look at this. Another freaking Tesla right there in the same vicinity, no parking, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. But he got a ticket in the alley over here. Look at that. Another Tesla right here. Let's see if I can click on it a little bit. Matching the energy. Hopefully you guys can see that. There we go. Let's see if it's on the screen. There it is right there. Another Tesla right there. So we see the Tesla in two of these addresses where he did get tickets. One in the alley and then one for not having a permit or permit was expired. So this is what I like to do on my off time. I like to deep dive. I like to see what's going on, check out the neighborhood through Google Maps and whatnot. Let's go. Yeah, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best, man. You guys are the best. You guys are the freaking best. What can I say? What can I say? What can I say? Boom, boom, boom. Just highlighting all the super chats. Just so they're on the screen. Just so I can give them a shout out. And just because, right thing to do. All right. Very cool, you guys. Very cool, you guys. All the sharks are awesome. Pretty much, I know. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I meant. So, as you guys can see, there's another Tesla right here, and then there's a Tesla over here, where both of these he got tickets here with the receipts, coming in with some receipts. August 3rd, 2024, standing in the alley February 26th and February 27th is 404 Edinburgh Avenue, North Avenue in Los Angeles. So you got one the 26th to 27th of February 2025. So let me show you guys Kolohi, how you doing? Let me show you guys where these are relatively from each other. So let's see. And then of course, the other ticket that he got was over here. Let's see. Let me go back to my So then the other ticket that he got was in September 3rd, 2025. September 3rd, 2025 exceeded 72 hours on Bluebird Avenue, 1406 Bluebird Avenue, one of the infamous spots where um he got the ticket and then the car got oh, that's the one. Sam Holmes' house. Wow. That's wild. Producer's house. So let me look over here, share this tab, and this is where he got the other ticket. Right there on Bluebird Avenue. Mhm. What is up, Kalohi? So it makes you wonder, right? Like if he was keeping her on these houses, or he was visiting these houses, and then maybe this is where something might have happened, and then that's when he parked the car over here. I don't know. I mean, it's a big gap in between, but mm, on Bluebird, let me see. Send Flojo sent me some stuff. Save image, downloads. I'll bring that up. We can check that out. Let's see. See if I can bring this up. Downloads. Here's another one. Let me bring up some more. Save image tickets. Yeah, pretty wild stuff, huh? Like we're kind of piecing the timeline together. All right, let me bring up some more stuff. And this is what I like. I like having receipts. I like having official documents. Um, it just makes it a lot better. So it's facts. You know what I mean? And that's the thing too. It's like it's there's a lot of misinformation and things like that, and we can speculate. That's okay too. But sometimes, when there's nothing going on, or I mean, not nothing going on, but when there's not a lot of information, I mean, it is good to revisit this and deep dive into these areas where I feel like it is important. I feel like there are nuggets of information if you dig deep, and if you go deep, like how we do as sharks, we go in the deep end. Um, Definitely would see what is in there and what we could find. Right? Because, it's like, is he is Celeste was staying on these other houses? Some more information. There we go. Mhm. Yeah, definitely go. It does help. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Grammy nominated, music producer. Wow. Lazy AF and tired. This weather making me slow down, but I'm going with it. Glad you're feeling. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. I took some vitamin C per my nurse's orders. She takes care of me when I'm not feeling good. So the impound one, look at this one right here. The impound one. Whoops. Where did that go? Oh, right here. So the impound one, let me make this one bigger. The total charges, estimate rates and charges for the pickup date. Oh, look at that. So he did pick it up. Pickup date. Look at that. Pickup date 9/19/2025. Vehicle release fee. Total charge was $1,020. Oh, that's wonder. Oh, that's weird. Was that £10 for 2 days? So I'm wondering why this is that. Huh. What's up, Sarah? How you doing? Wow, that is interesting. Los Angeles Police Department Central Division on hold false. What does that even mean? Hmm. It's interesting. Interesting nonetheless. Let's see what this one says. So 9/5. Let's see. Let me see what I'm working with. 9/5 Bluebird Avenue. So the time of the report, this one was on 9/5, and we know that he got a ticket for 72 hours. Let me look at that again. Exiting on the 3rd. So the 3rd and the 5th, he got tickets. The 3rd and the 5th for exceeding 72 hours. Yep. And also, oh, look at this. Yeah, here. So the 3rd, the 3rd, the 5th, and 8/27/25. Let me put that on the chat. Hold on, let me see. That's imp- Whoops. Okay, I'm back. Got kicked out. Kicked myself out. So we have one January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. August 27, 2025 at 2:26 p.m. for 72 hours, and then we have one for September 3rd, 2025. And then also we have one here, so 3 times. We have one here on, yeah, the 3rd, and then the 3rd, and then the date that it was dispatched was the 5th. Okay, cool, I got that. Alright. So the 5th, it was impounded. Yes, the 5th, because this right here says the impound was notified right here, yes. So 8/27/25. Let me write those down here. Um, so 8/27/2025. He got a ticket. Yes, receipt trails for 72-hour ticket, and then he got another one on 9/3/2025. Yeah, very close to the tour date. And that's when it was moved, right? The last time was, and then he also got tickets. If we go back a little bit, he got tickets on February 27th and February 26th of 2025 on this place right here, 404 Edinburgh Avenue. And let me bring up, mhm, let me bring up the map so we kind of get an idea of where everything is in proximity to each other. Let's see. I'm so used to Apple Maps. Let me look that up. Bluebird. What was the other one? 1406. Bluebird Avenue. Bluebird Avenue. Los Angeles. Okay, here we go. $14.06. Okay, wait, this doesn't make sense. A destination. Where else did he get on? Okay, let me check, double check. Oh, 404. That's what it was. 404. What did we say? 404. I gotta go back to it. 404 Edinburgh Avenue. Okay, that's what I was missing. 404 Edinburgh Avenue. Let me go back to that. 404 Edinburgh, North Edinburgh Avenue. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to put these together. Okay, yeah, here we go. Let me share my screen. I put it together. Let me share my screen. Okay, so this is the area that he got a ticket. These are areas where he gets tickets. Wow, that's interesting. Look at that. So this is the 5701 Lancashire Boulevard, then Bluebird later, and then the other one right here. Oh, look at that. Okay, no, never mind. We did know that. But look, I mean, this is, and then here's the other home too. Here's the second home right here. You guys see that? So he got a ticket here, Bluebird, and then up here, 5701 Lancashire Boulevard. But look how close that is. Look how close this one is. 404 Edinburgh Avenue. This one right here. To the Hollywood Hills home. Isn't that wild? Hopefully, you guys. Let me make that bigger. There we go. Yeah, we'll go over that in a little bit, sir. So you guys see this? Isn't that wild right here? Look how close this one is. 404 North Edinburgh, where he got a ticket to. It's 14-minute drive to where his Hollywood home is, where it was last parked. Sharon says he moves around like an entitled individual, like he can go do no wrong, and if he do that, he will take care of it, and he literally is showing it to us. Because if this was any other BLK kid locked up time, I agree. Edinburgh. Oh, okay, Edinburgh, Edinburgh, Burra, Edinburgh. That is one of the responsibilities for native girl. You know, has to take care of me. Let's see. So car was ticketed at 8:27 and 9395 was impounded. Did they write anything detailed on the report that stands out? And it's so disturbing that Celeste was in the front. I know, right? That's what's freaking wild. That she was in there while the car was going from the Bluebird area to the impound. Let's go look at those receipts. Oops. Excuse me. I'm gonna bring those up. So it just pretty much says no evidence of moving, and then there is a dent that they did mark on the back, on the rear, and also on the left side. So that way they have to mark that so that way they are not liable for when it gets transported. Edinburgh, thank you guys. Edinburgh, thank you guys. You guys are the best. I got teachers, lawyers, nurses in my chat. Thank you guys. Thank you. So yeah, here's the ticket, $68, 9/3/2025 at 2:51 p.m. Bluebird Avenue. Vehicle seeks 72 hours, subject to tow if not moved within 24 hours. 8/27/25. That's the other one too. Look at that. Wow. City of Los Angeles parking. Wow. That's pretty interesting. Let's see. Let me bring those other stuff up. I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting where the places that he got tickets, you can see a Tesla right there. And I'm wondering if this was another area where Celeste was staying at. And Stars was saying that this location at 404, the one on the screen, that's one of his producers' area. So I'm wondering what the other area is, right? I don't know. It's just wild stuff. Definitely wild stuff. So I did want to bring that up. Let me bring up some other stuff that just came up. Let's see. Actually, let me share this real quick and then we'll go to the new stuff. It's like a quick refresh and then we'll go to the new stuff. Go. What did Gold say? What did go? Bum, bum, bum. Wonder if there's cameras or near Lincolnshire Boulevard where he got a ticket to see who was driving the car. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? I know there's cameras there where on let's see. I know I did see some cameras there. Let me go back. See, there's a camera right here. Two cameras. I mean, there's cameras everywhere now, right? Make sure you guys can see that. Okay, yeah. So let me middle look abandoned. Join the sharks and deep dive. Yeah, let me go over this one oldie but goodie, and then we'll go to the new stuff. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought that was pretty interesting. And man, you just never know. Never know what the heck is going on with this dude, man. Let me share my screen.
Your plans as far as getting, and it's scary, sadistic stuff.
Big news on the David Celeste Rivas Hernandez case. We now know who the private investigator is that was hired by the Hollywood Hills landlord for the home that David had been staying at, right by where the Tesla was found with Celeste's body inside. Well, we just sat down with this investigator himself, Steve Fisher, about what he has learned so far, what we can expect next. Let me tell you, it is shocking. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Landlord, the property manager for that property that David, the singer, had been staying at, that property owner, that landlord, had hired a private investigator to look into the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the teen found dismembered in David's abandoned Tesla that was nearby. Well, not only do we know who this private investigator is, but I just interviewed him. Yeah, you're going to see him on this episode, and I'm recording this introduction after I interviewed him, and let me just say, he reveals a lot, okay? A lot. Now, this may not provide all the answers, but I will tell you, if you are listening to what he has to say, you're starting to get a better picture of a lot of things, okay? So this PI himself, Steve Fisher, we'll play that interview in a minute. Now, quick refresher. So police raided this $3.64 million home, which David had reportedly been paying tens of thousands of dollars in rent. We know that Celeste's body was found in the trunk of his impounded Tesla back in September, that the Tesla was near this property. And to be clear, since then, there's been no suspects that have been named, no persons of interest, no arrests. David has canceled his tour. He's moved out of that mansion. He has transferred properties that he owned in Texas to his mother. The whole thing has been a lot of unanswered questions. And that is where this LA landlord, apologies if I'm mispronouncing the name here, Mladen Trifunovic, stepped in. He wasn't content to sit back and just wait for the LAPD, so he brought in his own private investigator to start digging, to get some more answers. We've talked about that in a previous episode, but now we actually know who that investigator is, Steve Fisher. I'm going to play you that interview. It is something, but let me just say real quick, pin down exactly what this case is about. This all started on September 8th when LAPD officers were called to a tow yard on Mansfield Avenue in Hollywood after workers noticed this foul odor coming from a Tesla that had been sitting there. That car was registered to 20-year-old singer David, real name David Anthony Burke, the Houston-born artist behind the hit Romantic Homicide. That Tesla had been abandoned near the Hollywood Hills rental property, towed away, and was just sitting there. And when officers opened the front trunk, they found something horrific. Human remains wrapped in plastic. And a few days later, it was confirmed that that body belonged to 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a teen runaway who had been missing from Lake Elsinore since April of 2024. Her remains were decomposed, suggesting that she had been in that car for weeks. The cause of death is still officially deferred. Now, while David is not being considered at this point officially as a suspect or even a person of interest, the internet started connecting the dots, or seemingly connecting alleged dots, between David and Celeste. Screenshots from Discord chats, live stream clips, old photos started circulating, all suggesting that they had been in contact. Maybe they were even in some kind of relationship. TMZ had reported those that were close to David thought that Celeste was 19 years old, that maybe there was a relationship going on, and fans have pointed out that both she and David had that same small tattoo on their fingers. And if that wasn't eerie enough, David has this unreleased song with Celeste in the title. That's been reported. Everything has unraveled for David since the discovery. There's been a canceled tour date, pause on promotions for his upcoming album, drop brand deals. And while all of this is happening, David has been making some major legal and financial moves. He's retained Blair Burke, the powerhouse Hollywood defense attorney who's represented people like Harvey Weinstein. David transferred the deeds to 2 Texas properties to his mother right after one of those houses was apparently swatted, this false reporting of a shooting and a dead body there. But now let's get to it, okay? Let's circle back to that Hollywood Hills rental property, how a private investigator, a PI, even got involved in this case. So according to LA Magazine, police had executed a search warrant on that property back on September 17th. So since David had been renting it for reportedly about $20,000 a month, a home that was owned by a man named Malden Trifonich. And officers reportedly collected electronics, computers. They searched the drains for traces of blood or tissue. At least that's the reporting from TMZ. Can't officially confirm that. But this homeowner had said that after he'd heard almost nothing from the LAPD about what they found, he was frustrated. And that is when he made his move and hired his own PI. He told TMZ and the Daily Mail that his family wanted answers about what might have happened in or around this home, and that he wasn't trying to interfere with the police investigation. He just didn't want to be left in the dark about what connections, if any, his property could have to all this. And TMZ reports that the LAPD has since seized surveillance footage from the same home, cameras that could show exactly who entered or exited the property. Now, this homeowner reportedly told the outlet that he hasn't even seen the footage himself out of respect for his tenant's privacy. He also claims the police still haven't given him a copy of the warrant or told him exactly what they took. So the big question now is what exactly happened in or around that home, right? And whether the private investigator hired by this landlord, this property owner, has found anything that could shed light on that timeline. And that is where we're heading next, okay? Just one more thing before we get to him, something that we've learned. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman spoke out, confirmed the case is still under investigation. No case has been presented to his office yet. We're going to get into that a little bit. But now I want to bring on our special guest. I'm joined by private investigator Steve Fisher, who is hired by David's former landlord. Really appreciate you taking the time here to talk about this. First off, Steve, how were you hired? How were you retained in this matter?
So originally, when the body was originally found, I had another missing persons case going in LA of a female, and we thought that that could be that individual. And so I kind of stayed with the case for a little while until she was identified, and we knew it wasn't. And I had, discovered some other things, such as when the car was towed and the photos from it being towed and whatnot. And, the owner had gotten in touch with me of the house, and I shared some things with him, and it just kind of evolved from there. But one thing, I would say is he is the owner of the house. He wasn't David's landlord. David wasn't even on the lease, and the owner never even knew that David was in the house. It was actually Josh Marshall, his manager, who had leased the house.
But to be clear, David was living there, right?
Yes, he was definitely staying there. It just was not known to the owner.
Right. Okay. And by the way, I understand this is, an active investigation. There might be limited what you can share. But what exactly is he looking for in this? What exactly is this property owner? What kind of answers is he looking for?
So where really kind of evolved from was the search warrant was served, I believe, on the 17th or 18th. And it was a forced entry search warrant, meaning that nobody was home at the time. And they did not leave a copy of the warrant or of the return, the inventory list of the items that they took from the house. And it was really kind of born out of that. I was not officially retained at that time, but I helped him try to obtain that. And we told robbery homicide, hey, listen, no warrant was left behind. David was out on tour. Josh Marshall lives out of state, we found out. So the owner had his representative go to the house immediately after he found out about this. And there was no warrant, no return. So he really just wants to understand what of his property could have been taken and what the status of that is. And then also, this is troublesome when you learn something like this. All of a sudden you're thrown into this, and he feels absolutely horrible for Celeste's family. And he's like, if there's anything that involves, in and around my house that could help, then I want to discover that. And I'll tell you that there have been things that we've learned and we've turned right over to LAPD, but we think there's significant, things that could help.
Do you mean that there might be evidence that a crime was committed at that house?
Not so much a crime, no. And I'll just be honest with you. We don't have any evidence that anything happened to Celeste at that house, but there is definitely evidence that we've collected that helps the timeline. We now have a much better understanding of when that Tesla arrived at that final parking spot. I'll tell you, I do have surveillance from different houses in the neighborhood showing Tesla being moved. So things like that, and I'm not even saying that LAPD didn't have that. I'm sure they did, but we wanted to make sure, and we did some work and on the up-resing the footage to find out who was driving the vehicle. And there are some other items that were found at the house that weren't taken during the search warrant. And search warrants are limited, right? They can't just go take everything. It's what the judge, and we don't know how broad that search warrant was because we haven't seen it, and that's what we'd like to see. But there were some things that were not taken into custody of LAPD that we think are significant, and including digital media and some other things that really help nail down timeline and things like that.
And you handed that over to LAPD. There's other.
We have literally the day that we the things that we've recovered, we've given to LAPD within 24 hours.
Do you know who was driving that car, that Tesla? You don't have to tell me, but do you know the identity?
Yeah, as far as going to the final, that what we believe is the final parking spot where it was towed from, yes.
And that information's been communicated to law enforcement.
So it's been given to law enforcement. They're not going to tell us if they're confirming if that's a person or not. Robbery, homicide, the way they work is we'll take your information. We're not going to speak on it, so I don't know. But listen, it's very clear that that neighborhood is filled with surveillance cameras, and the timelines, once we learn those dates and we can see other things that were happening that were even public on Instagram and whatnot, were going on in those people's lives, it makes a lot of sense.
So let me ask you this. If you see when the car was parked there, have you seen anything to indicate that Celeste's body was transferred into that car after the car was parked there? Or in other words, do you believe that her body was in that car the minute it was parked in the location it was ultimately towed from?
So I'll say I have no evidence of a body being transferred before or after. There's no evidence of that at all. But I will say, when it was moved to that position, it was already like that. So that car had not been used in a very long time. It was super dirty, caked on dirt. I'll tell you, this was in late July. So it's bizarre because we also got media that the car was used a lot. David even spoke about it in Instagram videos. He took it to a detail shop and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, the very beginning of the year, that car, something happens, and that car's doesn't show up anymore. It's not used. It seems to disappear. And then that red Tesla learned, which we didn't know until the search warrant was served, that there's a red Tesla in the garage, which I can tell you was at least on February 1st.
Yeah, let me just narrow down here. Do you have the precise date of when that car, the one with the Tesla, with Celeste's body inside, when it was left there? Do you know the specific date of when it was left in Hollywood Hills?
I believe so. I believe it. Late July, very late July.
So one thing that we've heard, and this is something we've talked about, is the LAPD has seized footage from the rental property, multiple security cameras around the property. There are even reports of a smashed Ring camera on the ground. Yeah. And according to TMZ, police seized all the footage from multiple security cameras at the house last month when they executed the search warrant. TMZ described that footage as a, quote, potential gold mine for investigators. And the question becomes, did you see anyone coming into or leaving that property after the Tesla was there? So after the Tesla with Celeste's body inside is there, can you tell us you saw people coming in and out of that property before before the search warrant?
No, not from the time that the Tesla was left. So from the time the Tesla was left there, he literally immediately started the tour. There was a tour bus that was leased, and I'll tell you that Tesla was moved and literally a bus departed for tour.
Okay. You talked about things that might have been taken from the house, things that you handed over to LAPD. Is there anything you can share with us about what that information may be?
One thing that you just brought up, and I guess which TMZ reported on, the security system. The house has got a very sophisticated security system, not just with cameras, but with sensors and all types of things. It all records to a DVR. And for privacy reasons, the owner, when he leased the house, said, this is the system that's in the house and you can use whatever functions you want on it. That's not something that then the owner could access. So we don't know if the cameras were enabled or not enabled, but if they were, it wouldn't just be cameras. It would be, we'd know anytime anybody came and went from the house, anytime anybody opened a window, everything, if they kept it like it was. But we don't know. LAPD came in and took that whole DVR. They took the entire system, which you would expect. And I've talked to the security company that installed the system, and they've told me, how it was set up. We think it was probably running because there's limited alerts that the security guy can see, which is stuff like if there's a major failure. And there was a low power failure warning that triggered right when they were executing the search warrant. And I think that's when they unplugged the system. So there's reason to believe that the system was running. Whether the cameras were covered or not, I don't know. I can tell you that some of the smoke sensors in the house were covered, and that's probably because maybe I don't know what they were doing in the house. So the cameras might have been covered as well.
During the course of your investigation so far, have you learned more information about Celeste and David, perhaps their connection, anything we should be thinking about that hasn't been publicly reported? Is your investigation also into them as well?
Sure. Yeah. And one of the reasons that we kind of come public with what I'm doing is because, I have a little bit different method of working than a lot of private investigators and then what people think is the proper way of doing it. I believe in this digital age, and when, especially the younger generation, when they're on places like Discord and you don't even know their real identities, I put myself out there, and those people do come to me, and a tremendous amount of people have come to me, and I've learned a lot. Now, listen, a lot of it's circumstantial, right? But there are people that are directly in his orbit, and there are people that have photos and videos, and we've gotten a lot of photos and videos from inside the home itself. So we can put people at certain dates and times at the house, and there's a lot of them. It's in the thousands.
Do you know if Celeste was ever at that property?
So, what we recovered, we don't have any of her at that property. We have pictures of her and that were taken by David, we assume, because it's not on a camera phone, but these photos are on a regular camera at different locations. And it really makes me think that it's likely she had another place she was staying. I can tell you that there was a lot of time spent towards downtown LA. And I'll say the last photo that we have of Celeste is January 2nd, 2025.
Okay, now that's significant because we were wondering when, she was last seen alive. There was that surveillance footage of her seemingly running away from her neighborhood. And
that was September of 24, I believe. So we didn't have anything. We were like, where was this girl in 2025? But we do have a photo of her on July 2nd, early in the morning, July 2nd, 2025.
Has anyone, and just to be clear, you don't know more information about when she died, right?
No, okay. I don't have any information of how she died or when exactly she died. Investigations are always moving. And right now I tend to believe it happened a long time ago. And I think January, February, things change. I mean, you can see it in the photos and everything. And I also think when I first started looking at this case, I'm very much an Occam's razor type of person where I think things are a lot easier than people try to make them sometimes, especially online, into these big things. And I thought this was going to be a tragic overdose, which it very well still could be. And they made a bad decision because they didn't want to expose a potential relationship and put her in this Tesla. And then maybe he thought he could get somebody to get rid of that car. And they were just like, no, I'm not doing it, and just got left there. But I will say this, there are some things that, and I'm talking physical evidence that was at that house that is, there could have been greater plans as far as getting rid of her. And it's scary, sadistic stuff. And that's why we're trying to learn more about that. I wish I could say more, but for obvious reasons I can't. But it doesn't have to do with how she died, but maybe how they were planning on ultimately getting rid of her, and how maybe that Tesla was just a holding spot at the time, and things just, their timing was just off as far as getting this done. But there's a few things that were just like, will blow your mind.
Has anyone from David's team, management, legal, anybody reached out to you or your client?
I know that my client's been in touch with his manager, but only for the purpose of the lease, because they did ask to terminate the lease. And I believe the other manager that technically was the owner of the red Tesla, I think was in touch with him just because they needed access to the house to get that vehicle and stuff out. Because that's another thing that I think could be key in this, is that there's only one key to that house, and who had that and who had access to it and who was in it. Because we also have evidence that while David was on tour at the time between the Tesla being found and the search warrant being served, David was on tour, but somebody was in that house. And there was actually a report made, not with police, but that homeowner association has a robust private security company, and we've gotten videos from them and reports. And so who had that key is probably the same person that had access to the Tesla.
Do you know who that person is, and do you believe that is the person that moved the Tesla?
So I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went on tour. I can't say who the person, and I don't mean I can't say I don't know who exactly was in that house, because it's just a report, but there's video, but you can't make a person out. But somebody was in the house, and being that there's only one key, it's like, okay, who had access at that time? So is it the same person that moved the Tesla? Was another last part of the plan about to go in motion as far as getting rid of her body? I don't know.
Now, we heard this week from LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman, and he actually addressed this case directly when a TMZ reporter caught up with him outside the DA's office. And regarding the status of the case, he said, quote, "It is currently under investigation. We don't discuss suspects or the points in a continuing investigation. When and if that case is presented to the DA's office and we make a decision on it, I'll make sure you're one of the first to know. A case has not been presented to our office for filing consideration." And just to underline that, a spokesperson for the DA's office confirmed to Complex that, no case has been presented for filing consideration. The LAPD also told the outlet that the county medical examiner still hasn't determined a cause or manner of death, saying, quote, "It remains unclear whether there is any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body." Now, Steve, you just told us a lot of information here. Are you surprised that we don't have a confirmed suspect from law enforcement or a person of interest or even an arrest at this point? Or can you say, from what you're seeing, that makes sense, but Jesse, maybe being on the lookout for something soon?
Yeah, I would say, Jesse, that makes sense, but maybe be on the lookout for something soon. I've seen this in a lot of cases. It tells me, listen, I don't have any inside information on this. I'm just saying, from my opinion, that this means that during the examination, the autopsy examination, there was nothing very obvious, such as a crushed skull, bullet holes, anything like that. So they're waiting on toxicology to come back to make that final determination. Now, is the medical examiner in contact with the detectives in between this time? Are they? Absolutely. Do they have a preliminary determination? I'm sure they do. I think the DA's office is working side by side with the detectives and telling them, this is what we need for these charges. This is what we would need for these charges. Can you get it or not get it? Listen, a crime 100% happened here. At minimum, it's the concealment of a body, right? So we know somebody did that. Hopefully it's not, a mutilation. Hopefully those initial reports were wrong about her being dismembered. But one thing I have to say, even though I talked about how we found some things that could have meant they had a really twisted plan in place to get rid of her, it never went in motion. So you can't charge somebody for a crime that they may have thought about doing. So, we may never know more about that.
So, Steve, before I let you go, do you have any indication about where David is right now?
I don't. I have no idea. And it's kind of bizarre because his group has stayed so silent, what's left of his group, I guess. And I'm not even sure the conversations that the owner did have with his management in breaking that lease. I'm not even 100% sure his management knows at this time where he's at. I think his attorney might be the only one, and his parents.
Steve Fisher, really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much for providing a little bit more insight into what's going on right now.
Thanks for having me on.
So shout out to Jesse Weber and SF Investigates. I played that in its entirety, and I haven't been dinged on it yet. So, respect to Jesse Weber and respect to SF Investigates. Even though I disagree with some of the stuff he says, that's okay. It's okay to disagree, but I do definitely respect what he does for the case. And Let's see. Yeah, you guys are chatting up. Yeah, keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah, so this was a really good refresher. If you're a member, make sure you guys post on. Make sure you guys join us for our members only. For our members only, because we had a conversation with about this video, and this was a really good refresher. Goal was bringing this up, and so that's why I wanted to bring this up to in its entirety. So it's a good refresher about somebody being left behind, about moving the car, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought this was a really good refresher. And again, we go into deep dives into our Discord. If you guys are a member, make sure you guys click on the members only post, and you'll see a link into where for members only link to my Discord. The main chat, pretty much you can go in general, and you can go to the Celeste Rivas one. There's like verified news, unverified, developing news. I'm not too crazy when it comes to where you guys are chatting it up. I mean, you'll see me sometimes moving things around just to organize it. Don't take it personal. If I delete or move things around, it's just so I can get organized. But yeah, you guys can pretty much go in there and chat. Like for example, like if it's something verified news, yeah, put it in verified news. If you're not sure, go to the I'm not sure. I also have some more stuff down here where it says like theories, opinions, and speculations. Where if you guys want to deep dive, um, you guys can you guys can go in there and click on that where it says opinions, allegedly, rumors, and stuff like that. If you guys would really want to go and deep dive. No, Stoic. This is a refresher. This is a refresher one. So, but there is one where if you guys do want to deep dive in the like conspiracies, opinions, allegedly rumors and stuff like that, there is a section on there where it says theories and opinions. You guys can deep dive. I'll put it here. I'll look here, right there. Mm-hmm. All right, so let me share this tab.
Music executive has faced a grand jury about the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose body was found in an abandoned Tesla belonging to the singer David. TMZ is reporting that Robert Morgenroth, who is the general manager of David's record label, was pressed by a deputy district attorney about why he didn't call the police when Celeste's body was found. TMZ says Morgenroth testified all day yesterday before a grand jury, saying he didn't have the responsibility to call the police and just wanted to continue with David's tour. The district attorney's office tells KTLA they cannot comment on grand jury proceedings. Sources have confirmed that David is considered a suspect in the case, but he has not been charged with a crime. Celeste's cause of death has not been made public. The LAPD has secured a court order blocking the medical examiner from releasing those results. And just wanted to continue with Dave.
So this is just kind of the update. There really wasn't too much with that, with the Rob. And it's weird because it's like, how do they know? Are you sure it wasn't parked in a blind spot? And oops, let me take this off. Thank you, Native Girl. Let's see. He had a ring too. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm trying to refrain from trying to put like you know, some of the other news outlets and things like that, because it's just, I don't know, it gets a little weird for me. I kind of need to take a little step back from that. And let's see. Like Jesse Weber, I do like that. I do like his like law and crime and stuff like that. I do like his reporting and how they go about doing that. He asks good questions and he has good guests and things like that. So let me see. Oh, I wanted to see something on here. There's like a Ring doorbell camera. Let me take the subtitles off. Yeah, look at that. It's like a broken
It is
yeah, broken what is it? Ring camera. So that's pretty interesting. But let me play that again. And it's like, how did they know where they were at? I thought it was like a secret meeting, a secret grand jury. How did TMZ, like, it's crazy how they have like their ears and eyes everywhere in LA.
Music executive has faced a grand jury about the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose body was found in an abandoned Tesla belonging to the singer David. TMZ is reporting that Robert Morgenroth, who is the general manager of David's record label, was pressed by a deputy district attorney about why he didn't call the police when Celeste's body was found. TMZ says Morgenroth testified all day yesterday before a grand jury, saying he didn't have the responsibility to call the police and just wanted to continue with David's tour. The district attorney's office tells KTLA they cannot comment on grand jury proceedings. Sources have confirmed that David is considered a suspect in the case, but he has not been charged with a crime. Celeste's cause of death has not been made public. The LAPD has secured a court order blocking the medical examiner from releasing those results.
So let me, whoops. I haven't seen this one, but let me see, because I know Mark Garagos was in one of this person's live. I don't know, I'm kind of hesitant to bring up other people's lives, but he was on there. So let me bring this up. I mean, I have reported on LA Magazine. They're the ones that broke the news about it. So let me see.
Yeah. So no, I think he's got some information about the DA's office, and this is I want to get from him. So let's see. Just hang tight. Actually, I won't put him on speaker. I won't be that rude. Are you good? It's cool. It's cool. I'm actually live on the stream now. You are not on speaker. Don't worry.
Oh, she
I
is?
just told the stream
cool.
that I'd call you. Yep. So just hit the. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Just jump on audio. Yeah. Just jump on the stream. You're good. You're good. Okay. All right. Bye. Okay. He's coming right now. He's gonna jump on and do audio only for a minute until he can get to a spot. So he just said he lost track of.
Started.
All right. I'm gonna put him all the way up. All right, Mark, say something.
Mark is here. I apologize. I was actually having somebody give me information on the grand jury on a case that you're very interested in.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Go on.
Yes.
Oh.
So apparently, do you know what case you're interested in such a wide swath of cases, but it had to do with the grand jury that has been started in LA on the Celeste Rivas case.
Well, that's what we're talking about. So, yeah.
It's interesting. So, apparently, from what I'm told, there is.
Let's see if I can turn it up.
Is a active grand jury. They've had, I don't know how much of this you've already reported, but apparently they've had witnesses coming in and out. And so I think my podcast partner Harvey was reporting that one of the witnesses was complaining in the hallway to the rest or to the lawyer and was being overheard.
Yes.
Right? Has that
Well,
been reported?
yes, I just reported that. And so, well, wait. So I'm glad that you're saying this. So that's Robert Morgenroth, the GM of Mogul Vision, allegedly, that was complaining. But Mark, is this an investigative grand jury or is this an actual grand jury?
So it's on the 13th floor at the criminal courts building. If you go down the hallway, there is an entrance for the grand jury. The grand jury meets in there. They can be investigative. They can be a non-investigative. All grand juries have investigative power, meaning you can have grand jury subpoenas issued. They hear from witnesses.
Let me make some commentary for fair use with this for the LA magazine. Yeah, how did they know where that is? Right, it's this. Yashoda says it's some 113 number they're scheduled in. Wow, and thank you, Sarah, for your $5 super chat. Thank you so much. She says they know where grand jury is because there's a floor just for that purpose. So, man, that's crazy. Like, so their people are just hanging out there, huh? With their ears to the wall. Interesting. I mean, that's all they're saying is that he was complaining. I mean, there's really not. The only good information that I saw from out of this is that that they convened on Monday all day. But I mean, it's the same stuff that I've been hearing. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's anything. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to play it. But let me see.
I wouldn't read a whole lot into it because LA is significantly different in the way we use grand juries than New York is. New York generally is more the federal model where grand juries can do the work instead of what's called a preliminary hearing. In the state court in California, almost all cases after an arrest and a filing goes by way of a preliminary hearing.
But I guess my question is that my statement is an investigative grand jury cannot result in charges or an indictment, but a regular grand jury.
Yeah, I mean, this is something we've already gone over, is that an investigative grand jury versus a grand jury. Mm-hmm.
Can.
Yeah, but in this case, don't get mad, Lauren. It ends up becoming a distinction without a difference. Well, because, for instance,
okay,
if the DA is using the grand jury, the cynic in me would say that the reason they're using the grand jury is because they're more interested in trying to figure out what's happening without public scrutiny and trying to identify who, if anyone, is liable. And the reason that they're probably doing this, like I said, I'm just hearing scuttlebutt. The reason they're probably doing this is because LAPD is at a loggerhead or at odds with the medical examiner. And that's what's really going on. That's driving everything.
Wait, that's wild.
Yeah, it is. It's very wild.
No caller ID. That doesn't give her the number. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, so we know that they're at odds, different philosophical. They have different philosophies, the ME and the LAPD. I get both. I get where they're coming from, both of them, both sides. One of them wants to protect the integrity of the investigation. The other one wants full transparency. It just would be nice for them to, the ME and law enforcement to come together. Mm-hmm.
People were saying, weeks ago, I was saying there's something out of the ordinary here, and I'm saying it publicly, because you never, in my experience, doing this over 40 years, see a medical examiner basically trying to be transparent and law enforcement at odds with that. My interpretation is that the medical examiner is not singing the same tune as the LAPD. And that's why LAPD went in and tried to get a judge a month ago to shut down the medical examiner. They were not successful, then went in again within the last 10 days and they were successful.
I guess I just want to put this in lay terms to make sure I'm understanding what you are thinking. You are thinking here that this grand jury, whether it be regular or investigative, you think it's being convened in order to keep this case close to LAPD's vest so nobody hears about this investigation as to not leak information. So they are having this investigation done via grand jury just because type of thing.
Correct. But what they don't understand, and it's kind of quaint in the thinking, what they don't understand is that you can't parade witnesses in and out of the grand jury on the 13th floor and not expect some enterprising reporter or person in this day and age to see who's going in and out. It's not.
Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering. Like, how are they doing that? Isn't there isn't there isn't there a back room to that with this high profile case? I don't know. That's weird because can't anybody just stay there in the hallway and see who's coming in and out? You know, if you see David, if you see Neil, if you see Asia, if you see Rob, if you see whoever, the parents, whoever, right? Yeah, Kolohi, that's what I'm saying. I'm kind of just wanting to go over it a little bit. There's really not too much real information in here. So, I mean,
not like New York, or DC. I've done this in DC, where I may go in with a witness or a client, and we may go into underground parking. Nobody ever sees it. You get into the grand jury, you get out. Nobody ever knows.
I know where you guys are coming from.
Because this is so unusual, and they haven't historically had this problem or this issue, and this is what makes this so unusual in my mind.
Wow. I'm shocked, I guess, but I guess this grand jury, it was reportedly convened mid-November, Mark, so you're telling me it's still going on right now.
Correct. And what they're doing is, I think.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It is still going on because other platforms are coming out with it. I don't know. I'm just going to pause it there. There's really no. I don't want to platform too much this or the other. I know, some people have their opinions or anything like that. It's just there's not going to be any no more new information when it comes to this. Even if it's LA Magazine, even if it's that, there's just no new information. So. Yeah, TMZ's outside of that report. Yeah, I mean, there's just not going to be any new information there. He's just gonna talk about himself and this and that, and I'm not interested in that. But shout out to LA Magazine. All right, but yeah, this is Rob right here. Yeah, let me zoom in. I'll bring that up. Yeah, I'm kind of just like, I thought it was something different. They're not gonna, in my brain right now as I'm going. I mean, I'm doing 30 different things. People are sending me stuff. People are bringing that up. I'll give it a shot. And I don't know. I mean, just this is. I mean, what was? This is what it really is that he was in the hallway complaining. I mean, the biggest information that I take out of this is that Monday they're still convening and they're still there. That's what I took out of it. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing is I took out of it. Other than that, I mean, what's going on? Right? They're not going to tell us. He's not going to say. The lawyers isn't going to say. So what else? What else is it? It's just I don't know. Let's see. But again, to me, the biggest news there, the biggest takeaway is that they're still there. from, as we've seen from the previous posts, that on Monday that they're still there, the investigative grand jury. Let's see. Yeah, see, this is it right here. I mean, I could just I mean, I did play this, and that's what it is. I mean, there's not going to be any new crazy information with that. And so that's why I wanted to bring up the other information where let's see. That's why I was bringing up the other information, like this one right here.
Music executive has faced a grand jury about the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose body was found in an abandoned Tesla belonging to the singer David. TMZ is reporting that Robert Morgenroth, who is the general manager of David's record label, was pressed by a deputy district attorney about why he didn't call the police when Celeste's body was found. TMZ says Morgenroth testified all day yesterday before a grand jury.
Oh, do you guys see the stickers right here? Do you guys see the stickers? Let me see if you guys can see that. So I was reading that these stickers, I guess, on these models for the Teslas, the what's it called? The spoiler cracks open, and that's why those stickers are there, is to keep that from cracking even more. That was from an auto detailer that I was reading on Reddit, because I've always wondered what these stickers were, and that's what it is. It's just from boating out even more.
TMZ says Morgenroth testified all day yesterday before a grand jury, saying he didn't have the responsibility to call the police and just wanted to continue with David's tour. The district attorney's office tells KTLA they cannot comment on grand jury proceedings. Sources have confirmed that David is considered a suspect in the case, but he has not been charged with a crime. Celeste's cause of death has not been made public. The LAPD has secured a court order blocking the medical examiner from releasing those results.
Yeah, I mean, that's all there was for that. And so Rob, I mean, this is Rob right here. And yeah, you can tell this was from the Fonda Theater. Let me take these graphics off. Let me see 1 second. Let me see. So this is Rob right here. Let me see if I can make this bigger. But yeah, that's why I wanted to, check out the other houses and stuff like that and see what you guys thoughts were on that. But let me check out the Fonda Theater where you can see Rob. And again, thank you guys so much for helping with the donations with the channel. It means a lot. Seriously, thank you guys so much. So let me bring this up, the Fonda Theater, where you can see Rob, and then you can see Celeste. So there's Celeste right there. There's Celeste circled right there, and then let me bring up some more pictures. Again, this is at the Fonda Theater, the fam right here. Look at that, Rob and Lane C, some managers. So again, this is at the Fonda Theater. Some more pictures. Let me bring some more pictures up. Here's the farm. Mark, what does that mean? No responsibility. I mean, to me, I don't know. He just seems like he didn't have the responsibility. He's just there to do the tour. He's there for work. He's just those type of people like, hey, that's not my job. I mean, that's all it is. It's just he's saying that. I mean, but that's the thing. We have to take it with a grain of salt because who's reporting on that? TMZ. To me, okay. Here's my thoughts on that, guys. Here are my thoughts. Is that they're trying to shift the blame to somebody else. It almost seems like they're trying to shift the blame. Like, who is that coming from? It's coming from TMZ. I get it. All right, they broke the news. They're the ones that breaking the news and stuff like that. But if they're getting the information firsthand, like, so for example, say I get the information firsthand, I can manipulate that information however I want, however it best fits my narrative, it best fits however I want it perceived. For example, if I feel like David is innocent, I want to put that information out to where it makes Rob look bad. I'm going to put that information to where it make look the shifting the blame to Rob, where he had the responsibility to do that. That's how I saw it. Is when this news came out from TMZ, to me, that's what it felt like. That they were trying to shift the blame onto Rob. Okay, and I think we're going to start seeing that more. We're going to start seeing a campaign towards his innocence, because in my opinion, I don't think that the lawyers for David, they don't want to take this to trial. I think they want to nip this in the bud and just get this not even go to trial, where there's not enough evidence, or where there's not enough this or the other, or shift the blame onto somebody else. I mean, I don't know. What does that say? That he doesn't have responsibility? He says he doesn't have responsibility. I don't know what to say to that. Like, it's just, I mean, how was that taken out of context? What was he saying that before? What did he say after? We're only hearing a snippet of that. The point is, when the description of the body was left out and it corresponded with someone who was around David, why didn't he call police? I don't know. I'm not David. I mean, I'm not Rob. That's a good question. Shifting people, shifting. That's the thing. Like, I mean, yeah, and he did say from what TMZ is saying. So he's saying somebody heard it, and now TMZ is telling us is that it wasn't his responsibility. I don't know. To me, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. And yeah, I mean, if once we see what the transcripts come out, once we see what if it does go to court, and then if he continues to say that, or if he changes that or whatnot, then we'll go from there. To me, I mean, it could mean many different things. Like, what is the context of what he's saying before, during, and after? He said he didn't have the responsibility to call. Well, that's what he's saying. And I'm not Rob. I don't know. Like, I'm not in his mind, but I mean, to me, it just sounds like he just it wasn't. He felt like it wasn't his responsibility to call the police, to try to be like, hey, let me call the police. I mean, a lot of these people in Hollywood, they're all about themselves. I mean, does that surprise you guys? Is that surprising that these guys, Hollywood, money, they're all about money and fame and clout and all that? I mean, to me, it's not. It's not. It really isn't. So, I mean, it's interesting about that. It really is, but I don't know. I think there's more to the story, and I don't know. It's just, I don't know, guys. I really don't know. There wasn't really too much on that. It was just somebody overheard. They told TMZ, and then TMZ told us. So, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound good. I'll give you guys that. I'll give it that for sure. It doesn't sound good at all. And not only that too, because this is the other thing too that I wanted to bring up, because I didn't want to get it too ahead of myself, is that if he knew, because based on these pictures, if on the Fonda theater, if he knew who Celeste was, then yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like, I don't know. It's like talking to police without a lawyer too. I don't know what was going on in this guy's mind. I mean, he said he just wanted to continue to the tour, and that's what he wanted to do. And yeah, that's, to me, I mean, okay. It tells his character. I mean, he's telling you exactly what he is thinking there. But the speed with the Croc and Haas are pulled out the day the body was found in the trunk, that means that word was already going around in the circles. Yeah. And I mean, he said he wanted to continue. He said he wanted to continue. I mean, these guys are just, um, yeah. I mean, to me, that just says that the show must go on, regardless of what is going on. And that's not saying that that's a good thing. No, it looks bad. It looks bad that he's saying that someone overheard him saying that. Sounds horrible. Sounds bad. And I hope now he is cooperating with law enforcement, or he is. I mean, he has a lawyer, but hopefully, he's given information that the prosecutors can use in the timeline or the state of mind of the people that David is around. Like, no, we don't care. We don't. We're not going to bother. We're going to just continue the show until we get as much money as we can, and we'll deal with that later. That's the thing. I mean, it could be that too. Like, let's just make our money. That's all we care about. Mm-hmm. Goal says that's true. We're only getting snippets. Court documents give what is actually said. We need those documents and receipts when most likely no one in David's circle wanted to step forward to help. It doesn't sound like that. I mean, we didn't hear anybody from his camp, and if anything, we're hearing from his camp that he was cooperative, that he was this and the other, and it's not true that he was being cooperative, right? You showed that he'll use 19 ID notifications as a defense, probably all his identifications. Hey, Adele, how you doing? Yeah, and ignorance is no defense in the law. Judge, has anyone seen the video still frames of award shows? And they have all crazy faces, some weird, some look like demons, even animal-like ones. I think that is the kind real. That them on the inside. Wasn't there a photo of Celeste at a gig with his parents? I'm not sure which one that one is, but the Fonda Theater, she's definitely there. I mean, here she is, and then Rob's in the background. This is Rob right here. Let me pull up some more. Yeah, how you doing? Let me pull up some more pictures. And see, here's the other thing too. It's like, where is Celeste? If she was there at the concert, where is she on these pictures where it says the Fonda Theater? Let me see when this was. 1 second. I know I'm kind of jumping around just a little bit, but there's just so much information that I wanted to get through. I should have gone back. I forgot to go back and check out the TikToks of those places that we saw the Tesla. Maybe we can go back if you guys want after we visit the Fonda Theater. If you guys want, still early. And it was live too. Exactly, goal. Exactly. So to me, birds of a feather flock together. You guys heard of that saying. And if he's around people that don't give a fuck about anything other than just money and fame, then how do you think he's going to be? And how do you think he's going to be with? I mean, he's right in with his people, and his people are writing with him. So it just, to me, it's not surprising. I want to say, it's just, I'm not surprised. This is, to me, I could see it. And let me see 1 second. What was I going to pull up? Oh yeah, the Fonda Theater. Let's see. But initially, I thought to myself, they're trying to shift blame. They're trying to shift the blame. That's originally how I saw things. David Fonda Theater. Let me see when that was. Oh, June 27, 2024. Wow, is that really that far back? The Fonda Theater, June 27, 28, and 29. Dang. 2024. Wow. Oh yeah, look at this. The Fonda Theater. Let's see if there's any dates a year ago. Okay, yeah. So here, let me bring up some receipts here of the Fonda Theater, 6/27/24. Let me bring this up. So she was there. June. Wow, that's crazy, man. How far do you go back? June 27, 2024, 10:57 p.m., 10:12 p.m. Let me bring this up. Actually, let me go to his TikTok. Straight to the source. Please like okay, thank you, Jazzy Jazz. Actually, yeah, let me go to this dude's TikTok, David's TikTok, and see the Fonda Theater. What do we say? June 27th, 28th, and 29th of 2024. Straight to the source. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to look for it. You think it's Rob Goal? Adele, what date was I remember after he went signed for 21 days in January in the IG post? Next post was he was unbearably sad or something around January 20th. Yeah, this was what did we say again? Let me see. 1 second right here. So June 27th, 28th, and 29th. 28th, 28th, 27th, 28th, and 29th of June. Let me see what he has on his TikTok those days. We'll go to the source. This was in LA. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. POV went to a David show, sold out. Yeah, let me share my screen with you guys. And yeah, this is straight from his TikTok. See the Fonda Theater right there? So he's posting this on July. He's coming back July 1st. So he's coming back after the concert. So he's posting this. This is at the Fonda Theater. Pretty wild stuff, man. Pretty wild stuff. So she's there. Celeste Rivas is there. You showed it says, Mark, I'm telling you, she was on live somewhere around August 2025. Let me see if I can bring up more pictures of her, of Celeste Rivas. I mean, she's there. Rob's there. No ifs, ands, or buts. See that? Let me see if I can bring up some more pictures. And she's there with her. I mean, you can tell right there. That's the brother. That's Celeste, and then the mom's up there too, with David's family. I mean, how much more proof do you guys want? LAPD that they were in a relationship. Your king is a woman. How are you doing? Not much. I found 2 places where the black Tesla is, where David got his tickets. So we went over that. But if you see here, this is the Fonda Theater, and you know the newest news that came out about Rob, that somebody overheard him in the hallway talking about it wasn't his responsibility. So that's Rob. This is the Fonda Theater, June 27th, 28th, and 29th of 2024. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, there's the Fonda Theater. Really, really beautiful place. Let me see if I can bring up the Fonda Theater here. 1 second. Be interesting to watch. Yeah, so here's the Fonda Theater. Pretty cool spot. Like to go and hang out. Yeah, pretty cool spot. I mean, the Fonda Theater in LA. Bob Marley mural. Pretty cool spot. The Fonda Theater. Let's see. So she was definitely there. Definitely there. And Rob was there too. As you guys can see with this picture. Rob was here on the left. Let's see if I can bring up that picture where they like point him out. Or they point Rob out. Oh, here's this one right here. Look at this one. I mean, uncanny. Look at that. And that's definitely Celeste. In my opinion. That is definitely Celeste. You're King's Woman. June 27th, 29th, 28th, 29th of 2024. June 27th, 28th, and 29th. Fonda Theater in LA. 2024. Mm-hmm. And look at that. I mean, David's family's up here, so she would have been there. This would have been on the first day of 2024, and this looks like she's backstage. Right here, this one looks like she's backstage, like it's before the show, like they're practicing, because all the lights aren't on. or it might be during. Who knows? But the thing is, she is there, definitely. Let's see. And then this is him right here. Let's see if we can pause it to where we can see the stage. That's funny, they put it up there where she would have been. The words. It's interesting. Let me bring this one up. Make it bigger. Yeah, see, those words are blocking where you would have seen them. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Be interesting to see if anybody caught a glimpse of her. But you know what? In this picture, let me see. Now that I'm looking at it, this picture right here, the mom looks like she's taking a picture of the kids. So I wonder where that picture is, right? Huh. Dang, all the way in February? I know, right? It's like, when did they first meet? All right, when did they first start meeting? Edith, how you doing? The King's one. I'm not sure what you mean by that. If he knew something about them, like, what would, in what reference would that be? Wasn't that wild though? Oh, let's see. Oh, let me see. What were the dates of the tickets? Or do you guys? Well, because you guys were talking about the August concert. No, let me go. Let me go to that one. Let me exit out of this one. I just wanted to show you guys that Rob was there at the theater, and obviously he's there on his tour. Of obviously he's gonna be their artist at his tour. But let me bring up, because you guys were talking about the August one, right? Oh, his dad. Interesting. Well, me and Del Dank were talking, and we were saying that I had mentioned, like, look at, if you're at the dinner table and your dad's talking about lawyer stuff, right, forensics and things like that, you're gonna learn a lot from your dad and what he does and what works, what doesn't work, what people are looking for, things like that. Lawyers, extracting information from phones, from data, from computers. I mean, just digital forensics. If you're at the dinner table, he's talking about his work, I would think David would. I think David would pick up on that. 100%. You're at the dinner table. Your mom's there. His mom's there. His dad's there, and his sister's there. His brother's there, and then the dad's talking about computer stuff, talking about forensics. Yeah, I wouldn't see why not. I think so. I think so. Goal. I think it's safe to say. Yeah, I think so. In my opinion, I do believe Rob at least knew or saw Celeste. Yeah. I mean, she was there. You see it at the Fonda Theater. Rob's there. She's backstage. Oh, that's your friend? Oh, all right, cool. Whatever. But I'm sure he's seen her. And that's what I'm saying. I hope he gives some really good value information and something to help out the prosecution and or justice for Celeste Rivas in any matter, right? And, just for his cooperation, look, okay, we get it. Maybe they lied to you that she was 19. Maybe this or the other. Okay, fine. But tell the truth at there and come forward with what you know. Did you know that they were in a relationship? Do you know she was underage? Where was she bringing her up? Where did she stay? Do you know where she stayed? I mean, things like that are valuable information because you are the manager, you're on tour, and you're pretty much right next to David all the time. And David's next to Celeste Rivas, in my opinion. I think so, Goal. I think it's safe to say that he knew something about Celeste Rivas. hmm So you guys were talking about the August concert. Let me bring that up too. Let's see. Or the balcony one, right? Yeah, we can deep dive into that. Yeah, let's go. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, please. Let's see. Let's see where I have it. Oh, right here. Here it is. You guys are talking about this right here, right? See if I can make this bigger. There we go. You guys are talking about this, right? This picture, the balcony one. I think there's a little bit of delay. I forgot to put it on low frequency or something, what they call it. So that's August 22nd. Okay. What year? 2025? Well, I thought it was this year. I don't think that's her. But what I got from this is, in my opinion, I feel like Celeste Riva was already unalived here, and he's bringing her on board to make it seem like maybe that's her. Playing his games, playing his mind games. Your King's Woman? That's a good question. August 23rd, 2025. Let me see if I can bring up the video from that. Yeah, that's what I think too. A freaking decoy. All right, let me save this video and I'll bring this video up. Yeah, King's Woman, I think that's a decoy. I agree with you guys. Let me bring up. Let me bring up a video. Make sure I think so. I think she was gone already. And he's just playing mind games with us, with his crowd, with his people. Let me pause it. I don't want to get copyrighted. But here you go. Here's the video. Here's one of them. And that's really clear video. And supposedly that's David's brother right there. He looks a lot older. Adele, there is supposedly proof of life in April. Supposedly, okay? Through text messages, but Could that just be David or somebody close to him texting their family or friends to say that's her? Yeah, April. From what I've seen in my research, one of the last proof of life that someone may or may be connected with the Celeste Rivas case is in April of 2025. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Adele. Exactly. That's what I like about you guys is that you guys question everything, where it's coming from, and things like that. Absolutely. So could be another one of his games. Let me I know there's one where he like puts a, let's see. So this was in Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio. August 26th. Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, that's a long way from LA. That's why I don't believe that that's her. That's why I don't believe that's Celeste Rivas. It's just, I mean, yeah, there's private planes and things like that. But it's just too close to the timeline when the body was discovered. Albeit the time of the decomposition could be accelerated by the heat and her being trapped in the front trunk. But to me, I believe I believe it was probably like a month or two before. I mean, I think it's closer. I know Flojo has a theory about January. I think that's way too far. To me, I feel like it's more early August, like June, July, or like July, early August. hmm And that's the thing too. Let me pull up these dates because this is how I feel that. Let me see 1 second. Let me pull up his tour dates. Tour dates. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me bring that up. Okay, here we go. See if I can make this bigger. So these tour dates right here, I believe that maybe whoever was left behind was supposed to move the car for David. All right, just move it around till I get back. Because if you see here, hopefully you guys can see it. If not, I'll put it on our Discord. But I'll try to be as descriptive as I can so you guys can see that. Let's see. David. So with this tour, right, July, what is it, 28th, 29th, when he left on the tour bus, the 29th, I believe. So in my opinion, I mean, yeah, she was already there in the front trunk, okay? And to me, if you see the dates, August through the 20th, when he would have been back from Los Angeles, I think that's when he would have had more time because then it skips to Europe October 1st. So he would have had a little bit of time. Then he would have gone to Europe in October. So I think somebody was supposed to move the car while he was away, and they didn't for whatever reason. and he was going to dispose of Celeste Rivas's body when he came back from his North America tour on September 20th, 2025. But they discovered the body September 8th. It was towed. Look how close it is. September 7th through the 20th. He was really close to just coming back from LA. If you guys see the on your screen, if you guys see that. And he was in Minneapolis when the body was found on September 9th, performing in 2025 like nothing happened. So I do believe he was going to come back Los Angeles September 20th of 2025. He was supposed to perform in LA, and that's when he was going to do whatever he needed to do. I just feel like he ran out of time and whatnot, put her in the front, and just went about his day like nothing. So let me show you guys the video of the tour bus, how they were acting nonchalant. Let me bring that up. So hopefully you guys can see the tour date. And that's here where we see that. Or somebody didn't get all their payments. Your king's daughter. Your king's daughter? Your king is a woman? The king's daughter? Whoa. A lot of king's woman stuff in here. That's cool. Adele with the 667 M6D with the euros. Boom. 599. Thank you so much. Let's go. Thank you, Adele. Thank you so much. Look at that. All right. Woohoo. 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 Let's go. Man, I'm so appreciative of you guys. So freaking appreciative. Let me bring up the let me bring up the tour bus.
I'm gonna show you guys the eats before.
Bring that up right here.
I'm gonna show you guys the eats before we embark on our tour adventure. We got the Bangin' Balls burgers, the Bangin' Balls tender, tour bus vibes, studio in the back because we making music called Tour. You know where it's at. You know what it is. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. See y'all in San Francisco. First show on the way. We're gonna get naked on stage.
There you got it. There you have it. Chilling in the tour bus, eating breakfast burritos, eating hamburgers, stuffing your face with hamburgers. There's Asia. There's Neo, stuffing their faces, chilling. David acting like nothing's going on. Meanwhile, keep in mind that Celeste Rivas is in the front trunk. This bus was in close proximity to the Tesla right before they left. This, I'm like, man, this always gets to me too. Yeah. Oh, man. No, Del Mar? No, Del Mar was later. Or let me see, hold on. Let me look at the dates. Because I know there was one before. We can go look at his TikTok. Let's look at his TikTok straight from the source. Darcy! ¿Cómo estás, Darcy? ¿Cómo estás, chica? Let's go straight to the source, man. Yeah, living their best life. Ain't that a B? Oh, it was? I could have sworn there was one before that, too. He said San Francisco. Maybe the world tour was Del Mar, and then there was one before that. Maybe, huh? I'm at his Instagram, or his TikTok. What day was that? July? Oh, wow, I'm way far. That's crazy. It's not letting me go in there anymore. That's weird. In his TikTok. That is weird. Are we getting too close to the truth? Are we getting too close to the truth? What's going on? That's what it looks like. Dang, it's not letting me go back into his TikTok account. That's weird. Yeah, we'll figure it out right now. Because I know he had canceled afterwards, right? Let me go to July. I went to his I went to his Twitter page, but it's not letting me load. Oh, it's on my Discord. Well, I have it here, but I wanna go to his TikTok, and it's not letting me go in there. I don't know if it got private or what, but I wanted to see if he had any videos or pictures of himself on TikTok. It's just weird that it's not loading. We're getting too close, guys. Too close to the truth. So he has one on July 30th, San Francisco. Yeah, here it is. Look. Let me screen share. You guys see this? David concert, July 30th, 2025, San Francisco, the Warfield. So maybe the part of his world tour started some other a little bit later. But let me look at that again. His tours. Yeah, so August 5th is North America tour. August 5th, Del Mar. August 5th, Del Mar, which is not far from LA. But he did have a concert on July 30th. He did have a concert on July 30th in San Francisco. And he also mentions that. See, there's proof right here. This guy was there at the Warfield in San Francisco on July 30th, 2025. And for this one, he does say he is going to San Francisco. So that would have been the first date that he went to a concert.
I'm gonna show you guys the eats before we embark on our tour adventure. We got the Bangin' Balls burgers, the Bangin' Balls tender, tour bus vibes, studio in the back because we making music called Tour. You know where it's at. You know what it is. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. See y'all in San Francisco. First show on the way. We're gonna get naked on stage.
See you in San Francisco, the first show. So San Francisco would have been the first show, July 30th, 2025. But on his official With the World Tour, it says August 5th, Del Mar. Take that as you will. Take that as you will. Here, let me print this screen. That way it makes it look better, bigger, etc., etc. There we go. I'll bring this up for you guys. Screenshots. There we go. That's better. It looks way better. 2025 World Tour. So he did have one. What did we say? July 30th? Yeah, 2025. He did have a concert, and then the following one was in Del Mar. Choke on them balls. Pretty interesting stuff, to say the least. So Asia's been posting. She just came out with a new post. Let me see. Let's see when this came out. This was a day ago.
6, 7. 6, 7. Bro, no. 6, 7. 6, 7. Bro, no. 6, 7.
6, 7, she's saying. Throwing shade at David, I think. So that was a day ago. Chilling in the pool. This is her in Norway. No, she hasn't, Adele. Oh, she deleted the other TikTok. That's funny. I don't see it.
Up is here.
Just a girl and her best friends that'll never leave. Vanessa, Asia, and Celeste Herrera, right there. Halloween. 10/31, Halloween. 2025. That'll never leave. Yeah, that's what it says. He showed that they'll get her back for sure. She's not relevant. She does too much for nothing, says your king. Those are all the decoys. She makes me sick. She's hiding in Norway. Yeah, she's back now. I hope she's enjoying her last days at full hotels, whatever her days are counted, says your king. Justice for Celeste. Yep, native girl. Yeah, innocent until proven guilty, guys. Innocent until proven guilty. So these are the tour dates. I kind of wanted to go back to his TikTok, but it's not letting me go on there for some reason. Like the David's TikTok. It's not letting me go on there. Oh, there we go. So I think what she's making fun of is this one right here. Let me show you guys. I think she's making fun of him right here. Because he goes 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". Right here, he goes 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". So I think that's what she's throwing shade at. Flojo, I don't know. On his official World Tour 2025, the first one was in Del Mar, California. On there it says, but as you can see, he did have one on July 30th in San Francisco. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. I don't know nothing. I don't see nothing. I don't hear nothing. I don't know anything, guys. Nothing. I haven't seen nothing, heard nothing, smelled nothing, nothing. I wanted to see what he was doing on February, those dates that he got those tickets. What was those tickets? Let me see. When he got those tickets. Let's see. Bring up those ticket dates. All right, you're on break. So that means they had an agenda. Decoys. What? No more person will collect lookalikes. I won't be surprised if LPD sent another lookalike to his fans meeting to see his reaction. Boom. Maritza. Let's see. Maritza in here? Marisa, where are you? Where's your cupcake? I've been craving cupcakes every time I see your name. Let's see. Catch up on chat. So that means, okay, boom, 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 boom. He showed us she makes hay while the sun shines, probably running scared for posting too much that ties her into the inner circle, says you showed up. Let me see. Adele says, wouldn't you think out of respect for the lesser Asia would not post S for a while? What's wrong with these people? Maritza, how you doing? Whitney! Maritza, I am craving some cupcakes. Hey, Whitney, how you doing? Did you get a new phone? Yeah, I've been on for 2.5 hours now. Let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the ticket. And to check out his Instagram, too. Real quick, right there. Real quick, right there. What were the dates of the tickets? Let me find out. So, February 26th of 2025. What the hell was he doing? February 26th, 2025. Look at this. What was the other date of the ticket? Let me see. 26th and 27th of 2025. So where the hell is this? Shibuya? Where is that? Oh, Japan. So he's in Japan. Japan. Oops. The anime capital. Let's see. Where's. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so he's in Japan. So he just parked his car there. That's wild, man. Do you think Celeste? Do you think Celeste was there at that house while he was on tour? That's fucking wild, man. This was in April. Oh yeah, Attack on Titan. Yeah. This is where Celeste Purse is in the background, allegedly. Guys, everything I say is opinions, speculations, and allegedly. Okay, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Don't come after me. Yeah, this was in 2025. And see, to me, and me and Native Girl had talked about this theory too, is that I think to me this is one of the things that of last proof of life in the sense of her purse. This was in April, one of the last, and this matches up in April with some text messages of hers in April. In my opinion. So it's Coachella, April. Hey, Native Girl, is it cool if I get a snack real quick and use the restroom? Yeah, there's the purse. And this is straight from his freaking TikTok account. Whitney, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That you're saying. What were you saying, Native Girl? That you think maybe he could have just given it to somebody else too. And see, that's what I like about you guys is that like we can bounce ideas like adults, and we can go back and forth and just talk about things like that. Thank you, Native Girl. So funny. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Let me use the restroom real quick. All right, thank you guys. Sorry about that. Got myself some pita chips too, and another Coke Zero, a 1 liter. Liter? Yeah, 1.25 liter Coke Zero. Ah, oh man, that's a spot. Coke Zero, can you sponsor the show? Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Not rude of me to eat like that in front of you guys. Chewing sounds. It's got to be annoying. All right. Where were we? Where were we? Provechito. Provechito. Gracias. Thank you. It's crazy. Somebody in Reddit made like a crazy ass like timeline. There's some things that are missing, but he's got like a crazy. Let me see if I can share this. The shout out. I'll give a shout out to Night Owl. Night Owl on Reddit. Make sure you guys can see this. Make this big. Boom! The Coke Zero cans. Absolutely. Absolutely. See if you guys can see this on my screen. I mean, look at this timeline this person Night Owl put together. Pretty badass. Celeste's birthday. Celeste turns 11 years old on September 7th, 2021. David is 16. And Runaway is released. Whoa. Huh. Look at that. Runaway is released. I got issues, but you wouldn't know. So many times that have I try not to show them. Please don't run away. Don't run away from me. Please don't run away. Don't run away from me. What is the issue? What's up with you lately? Said you don't want me, but you're the one I need, and you run away. Please don't run away. Yeah, I drank a lot of water today, so I'll drink half of the Coke Zero. So it's a pretty cool timeline here that this guy, Night Owl, or girl, whoever it may be, put together. Pretty cool timeline. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Life's a Dream is released in 2022. Bleed Out released in 2022, February. Music. So we was releasing a lot of music in 2021, 2022. What happened? What's going on? I think David helped. October 22nd. We've seen this one in the archived Discord. Messages from David's closet. October 23rd, 2022. Celeste in here. And Celeste says, oh, hi, David, bark. Oh yeah, look at this one. January. Make sure my. Okay, yeah. Check this one out. 13th January 2023, Celeste is allegedly on a live stream because they were saying that wasn't that. I was reading on Reddit. I was there earlier, and it was saying that wasn't. Can you send me that article, Flojo? That's saying that wasn't Celeste's first time being on a live stream, and this was on when did it say? January 13th, 2023. What did it say? December. See, that's weird how this one gets put together. 13/12/2023 at 1:09. This is where he says you are fed. So let me get out of this because this is, I don't know, it's confusing me. And I don't like to get confused on this case.
Banging balls. I'll show you guys the eats before we embark on our tour adventure. We got the Banging Balls burgers, the Banging Balls tender, tour bus vibes, studio in the back because we making music.
Cindy from sunny South Florida, how you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it says the same thing that every news station is saying right now. I mean, it just pretty much says, the article says, the head of David's record label and touring company allegedly admitted Monday that he didn't call police after Celeste Rivas Hernandez's decomposing body was found in the trunk of the musician's car because he just wanted to continue the tour. Bell Silverman was very pushy on why he didn't call the police. I said I feel like I didn't have the responsibility to do that and just wanted to continue the tour, according to TMZ. Yeah, it says the same thing on there. On what? Yeah, it doesn't say there, Flojo, that, what did you say? Also, an article mentioned that Rob discovered the body. Yeah, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that he discovered the body. Yeah, Flojo doesn't say that. That would be. I mean, that would be everywhere. That would be everywhere. It doesn't say that. Yeah, it's like I don't know, man. It's like trying to shift blame or something. Shift the blame. Pretty weird stuff. Maybe that's what they were trying to do, right? Is to muddy the waters like that with that. I mean, it's hearsay. It's they heard it in the hallway. What's going on in the chat, guys? You guys doing okay? All right, let me share something real quick. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, the biggest takeaway from recently again is it's just that they're still in the investigative. Oh, thank you, Whitney. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You see the part of the vlog where he takes vitamins? No. Where? So the biggest tick. Thank you so much again, Whitney. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for your continued support of the channel. The biggest takeaway from the recent days is just that. It's just that on Monday there's still an investigative. Yeah, they're still investigating grand jury because Rob was there on Monday. I mean, to me, it seems like they have a lot of information and witnesses to go through. And I think to me that tells me that they have a lot of information that they go through and to see. I mean, they're investigating for those witnesses to come forward because maybe the witnesses, from what we've seen, might have not been cooperating. So, I mean, to me, that's good news. To me, that is very good news. And to me, that is saying, like, okay, things are moving along slowly but surely. And if they're there Monday, I mean, they're in court. They're in court right now and on Monday. When I say right now, Monday. I think that's great. Oh, yeah. I wanted to bring up his SF Investigates latest tweet. From what happened, I think, yesterday, which was wild, man. Oh, man. I think he's on the Pacific Crest Trail. But let me bring that up. Let me share my screen with you guys. We'll go over that. You can, from my research, I mean, I know Chloe is a lawyer and she has a better insight than me, but I know that you here, let me ask ChatGPT because I know I went over this with Nada Girl too, that if you're in the grand jury, investigative grand jury, oh excuse me, and you don't talk, then you could potentially be thrown in jail. But also I looked at if you could plead the fifth and it said it could. So let me I'm not too sure. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Did Timu know? the Timu note. Give me a second. Let me ask, can in California is a investigative grand jury, can they make you talk? Make you talk, or can you plead the fifth? Fifth. Hey, Stars, welcome back. Okay, in California, even if you're called before an investigative grand jury, and this is from ChatGPT, you can still take the fifth. Can the grand jury force you to talk? They can order you to appear and testify, but they cannot force you to answer questions that would incriminate you. The Fifth Amendment still applies. You absolutely still have the Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, even in an investigative grand jury. You can answer some questions and refuse others, or refuse entirely if anything could expose you to criminal liability. However, there are two exceptions depending on the situation. Here it is, right? Okay, yes, this is what, check this one out. Immunity. You must answer if prosecutors give you use of immunity, prosecutors give you immunity, your statements can't be used against you. Then you must answer the questions. You can no longer plead the fifth on those topics. If you still refuse, you could be held in contempt. So that applies in immunity. If you get immunity, say Neo gets immunity, Asia gets immunity, they have to answer because they are getting immunity. If they don't answer, they can be held in contempt. Boom. Yeah, I just went over. I know there's a delay, so maybe you guys are kind of hearing this in a little bit. Yeah. So I think there's a delay. All right, let me go over this right here. The immunity one. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yep. Theoretically, Whitney, they can ask for free immunity, and then you have to talk. You have to answer questions. Only if you have immunity. You have to answer, and if you don't answer, then you are held in contempt. All right. Let me read this post by SF Investigates. 1 second. Here we go. That's a good question. Thank you, Whitney. SF Investigates. He posted this, I think, today. He says, "Thank you all for your support. I truly appreciate it. For those asking for an update, I said in my tweet, this is why I'm going public before the hearing tomorrow, which I will not be attending." End of quote. So that was quote unquote. I would not attend a hearing that is not a matter of public record. I am also currently in Georgia on a search for a missing hiker on the Appalachian Trail. Oh, the Appalachian Trail. Okay. I have no idea what happened at the hearing today. That is exactly the problem with off the docket proceedings. I have no way of knowing what occurred, and I cannot pull any court records because there is no case number. Our court system is not meant to operate in the shadows. It is not supposed to be used as a tool to bully a licensed investigator who has every right to investigate. If anyone believes I do not have that right, then point to the law that says I cannot investigate a case simply because law enforcement or the district attorney may also be involved. Again, thank you all for your support. So that's what he said. Should I put on here that the 13th floor was the snack bar area? Should I put that on a comment here? Oh man, pretty wild stuff. Has a conspiracy vibe. Grand jury has to be more people they are going to indict. Oh, yeah, I should. Should I just put that there? Yeah, let me put that there. The 13th floor. 13th floor is the snack bar area. Look it up. All right, I put it there. I said the 13th floor is the snack bar. Look it up. There it is, right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me see. There, see I put it? It's so weird, man. I don't think they told me he could investigate. I'd love to see that proof. Maybe a misunderstanding. I know that's the thing, Native Girl. He always like adds a little extra in there. He always adds a little extra in there, huh? But again, respect to what he's doing. Star says, in my personal opinion, they probably were not happy with SF bragging. He shared information on the LPD and prosecutors. How? Maybe. Also, the owner, your King's Woman, I also think the owner of the house is going to sue Josh Marshall due to look how much the house it's been rented now for from 20 to 13. That's a massive loss. Yeah, it dropped, right? Adele, I agree. This has to be reasoning behind delays in the grand jury. Let's see. Eileen, yes, this is so much bigger with a lot of suspects. I think so too. Because they did say there was somebody else too. Whitney calling him for questioning. It's not on the record. Then with him not being able to testify on the record, it was a closed door meeting. Then how would they enforce it? No trail. Yeah, pretty weird stuff, man. Pretty weird stuff. Eileen, crazy La La Land is where we are. I think, yeah, we are because we don't have any information. I think LAPD is on the right track. I think, I mean, it takes a while for some of these cases to go through, and imagine I went through a few months and a few hundreds of text messages in the archive. Now imagine they have to go through every single line, investigate every single lead, investigate every single IP on that Discord, get subpoenas, get warrants. Yeah, I'm not trashing that stuff. Yeah, we're not trashing that stuff. Definitely not. I just think he struggles with words and their definitions. I'm assuming he investigated well from info he's gathered. I know that's the thing too. It's just he struggles with words and their definitions. So we're left with starting with trying to decipher what he means, and then we go from there. Like we have to. We're not even starting at the start line. We're starting at the booth where you have to register. That's what we are with SF Investigates with the communication skills. When I said even before, like yesterday, it said if he communicates a little bit better, he'd be great. He just needs to work on that. No shame in that. No shame in that. I love about the Sharks fans. So respect on the chat and give space for everyone's opinion. Yeah, absolutely, Go. Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's all I have for you guys today. That's all I have for you guys today. I've been on here for 3 hours. And I gotta get some stuff done. So let me shout out everybody that donated to the channel today. Let me give big shout outs today. You guys were on fire today. You guys were great today. Thank you guys so much for your help and support of the channel. You guys are amazing. You guys are the best. Couldn't ask for a better group of people. I'm very lucky and appreciative of everybody in here. All right, DD Fuentes with their $9.99 super sticker. 5 Divine 533 with a $4.99 sticker, super sticker. Jazzy Jess with their 99-cent sticker. Flojo with his $9.99 sticker. Thank you. Gold Digger 737 with her super chat. She says, "Here I am, Flojo. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let's go, Mark and the Shark Fan. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe." Absolutely, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's see. Flojo says, "Okay, and thank you again for your $9.99." He says, "I'll match goals donation with previous super chat." Boom. So he matched it up. Thank you, Flojo. Felicia gifted one membership. I forgot who got that one, but if you got gifted a membership by Felicia, make sure you thank her. Sarah Adams comes in with the 5 super chat. She says, "They know where the grand jury is because the floor is just for that purpose." Thank you, Sarah Adams. She was here with us. If you guys want to check out her video, she was on panel yesterday. So go check that out. Adele, 6-7 with the €5.99. Thank you so much, Adele. Thank you. And lastly, we have the one true Whitney with the $2 super chat. You see the part of the video log where he takes his vitamins. Well, by vitamins, do you mean drugs? Thank you, Whitney, for that super chat. Thank you, guys. Yeah, if you want to send me that, maybe on the Discord, because I do have to get going. Or if you want to bring it up real quick or send it to me. Yeah, there's my Venmo and my Cash App right there. You King's a Woman. And thank you for my mod, Native Girl. Always holds it down. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in here, my members, my subscribers, the lurkers, the people who are stopping by. Rufio Banning coming in hot at the end of the live. Let me put some music for you guys so we can at least you can get another snack. Yeah, absolutely. I can eat for 2 days with those $2. Thank you. But I think I've seen that one where that vitamin one you're talking about. I don't have it right off the bat, but I think I've seen it. I might have seen it. Let's see. And we have Native Girl on the guitar. Give a round of applause for Native Girl on the guitar. Thank you guys. You guys have a good day. Appreciate you guys.